there, mamas. In today's video, I am not going to be talking about traveling because I can't really go very far right now. I'm going to be talking about ways that you can take a break from the busy this weekend.
I'm Christina. I'm a traveler, a planner, and most importantly, a mom. I'm sharing my best tips to make traveling as a family a little less stressful. So put down your phone, pack your bags, and let's showcase the world.
So one of the reasons I started Showcase the World Travel was to help families take a break from the busy, to get away from the daily distractions and reconnect as a family. And I think that the best way to do that is through travel. Not only do you get to reconnect as a family, you have all these benefits for kids, and you really get to develop this is where kids develop who they're going to become, and you get to reconnect as a family and develop those everlasting bonds, make memories, all that fun stuff. Right now, when we can't go very far, I don't want that to be your only option. I don't want you to not be able to take a break from the busy. So I came up with a few ideas for you to take a break this weekend. Some of these ideas are going to seem pretty simple, but I feel like when you plan them, they just become a part of the busy. So maybe it's just this weekend saying, you know what, we're not going to do what we had planned, we're going to do this instead. And don't plan it, just kind of let it happen organically, and it will feel a little less stressful for you. I know that when I plan something like this and it doesn't happen, or we have to get there before a nap and have to pack everything, it just gets so stressful. So don't let it kind of become another thing that adds to the busy. Let it become a fun, exciting, organic thing that happens, right? And so the first thing is to go on a local adventure. Right now there's a lot of things that are open in terms of local farms or zoos, and yes, you have to wear a mask, but you can still engage in a way that's exciting, and you can experience and learn with your kids about animals, or about go to a museum. There's a lot of museums that are currently open. Definitely check their restrictions and see if it fits for what you're comfortable with, but check out the museum that's near you, or a farm or something that's nearby, and do it in a fun way. Don't make it another thing that you have to do, right? Another fun one is to shop and to cook together. So go to the store together, let your kids pick out what they want to eat, and maybe you find a really nice, go to the butcher, find a nice piece of meat, and then figure out what they want for sides, and cook together a meal that they kind of planned and that they're a part of picking out. So going to the store, going to a local market, a farmer's market, picking out what they want, and then making it together is a really fun way to learn about science. You can measure things and to connect as a family. One of the ways that I like to learn about different cultures is through cooking a cultural cuisine. So maybe you pair it with a movie and you do something really fun that way. My friend Esther over at A Magical Kingdom called Home, I'll put a link to her below. She has some really, really great themed movie night ideas, Disney movie night ideas that you can cook together, do a craft together, and then have a themed movie night. My favorite one is Princess and the Frog because Cajun food, right? Another one is to read a chapter book you loved as a kid. You know, maybe that's not something that's gonna, you don't want to sit and read all weekend, but you can start a chapter and do a chapter a night, and it's something that you loved that you can then share with your kids. So I grew up reading Harry Potter. I'm really excited to share that with my daughter when she gets a little bit older. I'm super excited about sharing Anne of Green Gables. That was my favorite, and I reread it a ton as a kid. I'm hoping that when she's old enough to read it, then we will then go up to Prince Edward Island and experience the house and visit some of the attractions from the book. And you can do that with so many different books. Harry Potter, I mentioned, you can go to London. Little House on the Prairie I used to love, and Laura Ingalls Wilder has a house in Missouri. Branson is a great place to go with kids. So read it now, and then when you're able to travel again, you can experience those places. Work on a project around the house. I know you probably have a to-do list, a honey-do list that's a mile long. Do it with your kids. Work on it together. My husband and I stained the deck a few weekends ago, and my 2-year-old is not old enough to stain the deck, but we gave her a bucket with water and a paintbrush, and she painted the other side of the deck while we were working on it. So do something together around the house, and they'll be really proud that they were able to be involved in the project. Build furniture, whatever you have to do, find a way to involve your kids in it. Another fun one is a museum scavenger hunt. You know, museums are kind of boring, right? So if you are able to go to a nearby art museum or history museum, you can go online. They all have great online collections. You can kind of figure out what's there, and then have your kids go on a scavenger hunt to find certain things. Maybe you give them a camera if there's pictures allowed in the museum, and have them find certain things and get a little prize for finding everything. That's a fun one. Another one is to plan a vacation together. You might not be able to travel right now, but that doesn't mean you can't be planning. Ask your kids where they want to go. Create a vision board. Go on Pinterest, find pictures of the place. You know, get some travel magazines, cut out pictures, make a vision board of the trip that you want to take. And then when things start to open up, you have family vacation basically planned. You just have to call me and I'll book it. That's it. So thank you so much for joining me. Please click the little bell for more like this. I also have created 10 more ways. I put it into a PDF, so you can get that PDF below, and you'll have even more ideas for how to take a break from the busy this weekend. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you remember to take a break from the busy.
Need help planning your next family vacation? Visit us at showcasetheworld.com to request a quote or schedule a free vacation consultation. Want more great travel tips? You'll find those there too.